Welcome to Sky Network, a show focused on the pageant lifestyle. Meet the contestants and watch the build-up, including behind-the-scenes preparation and production that leads to the final pageant show as we choose the next Miss Globe Sky. Sponsored by Skinner Steel Construction.
My name is Chrissy Shelton. I'm a Northwest native. I've been married for 21 years to my husband, Chad, and we have 2 daughters. One's a freshman in college, the other a junior in high school. And I've been a business professional since I graduated in, to age myself, 1999. I feel like I'm a self-proclaimed industry expert per se. I have 2 daughters who got involved in pageantry when my oldest was 5 years old. She saw a girl in a pageant with a crown on and said, "Mom, I want to do that." Didn't understand what pageantry was, had a lot of, as pageantry can, have some negative connotations towards it. And so I cautiously started researching different types of pageant systems, what it meant to have my child participate in a pageant, and decided on a system that we felt was right for her at the age of 5. And from there, we went all through, tried several different systems along the way. My daughter's coached by various experts across the industry in interview, in walking, and in styling, how to prepare themselves. And so being able to watch them grow and see the different things that they take away from pageantry every time that they get up on that stage has helped me learn what it takes to put your best foot forward to the judges, on stage, through your presentation, through what you believe in as a contestant and the message that you want to share with people. So I've been able to use those tools. I never coach or help my own children because as a mother, that never works out very well, but I've been able to help some other people along the way. I feel like when potential contestants come and they talk to my children because they saw them do pageantry and they've done well, or they're looking at different things, they're like, I want to do this system, I want to be in pageants. And I think the biggest thing that each contestant has to ask themselves is, why do they want to do this? Pageantry is truly a sport per se. It takes work. It's not just getting up on a stage, putting a nice gown on, putting a great interview outfit on, and walking away with a title. It's just like any other craft that you have, any other skill, you have to hone it. You have to prepare for it, you have to practice it. So if you don't have a core purpose of what your why is, why you want to do a particular system, why you want to be involved in pageantry, it's not really going to be a good use of your time, whether that time be your free time, your resources of time. So you really need to know what it is makes you want to be involved in pageantry. There's lots of things to gain from it, but you need to know why you want to do it yourself, because it's not an easy gig. So part of a contestant knowing what their why is also knowing what they have to offer as a contestant. Contestants, girls, boys, are involved in many different aspects of their life, whether they're in basketball, whether they have a cause that they're passionate about because of personal life circumstances, or they're good at photography, whatever that is. What is it that makes them special and stand out? Everybody you're competing against has a reason that they believe that they're there and why they're the best. You need to figure out what it is that for you, what that is for you, what you bring to the system that you are participating in. So whether that's like, I know that I am passionate about juvenile diabetes research foundation work, and I already have built this platform of being in my community, spreading awareness, and I know that being in this pageant will help me, which I'm gaining spokesmodel skills doing that. That will be a help. This makes me a standout contestant to the system because I'm already bringing a following, a platform, an issue with me that this system can then help me use as a catalyst to get even further. And it's just being comfortable with who you are. And sometimes people don't have a particular fancy talent or stage-worthy talent. It's really mostly too just about being comfortable with who you are. Some people know that they want to be a role model and they have reasons for that, personal life experiences, or they're involved in other things in their community that make them a role model, and this again is another catalyst to do it. As I mentioned earlier, it's more than just putting on a gown, putting on an evening, where you have to believe in your core that you are worthy to do this and that you have a why, you have a purpose to get up there on that stage, and that's what makes you special to those judges. They want to see your passion. They want to see what makes you, you, and that's all figuring out what it is that you bring to the table and what your why is to do the system. So I think that once a contestant or a potential contestant has their why, they know who they are, what they're going to bring to the table, they need to look at what system fits best with that. And the one great thing about Globe is that it encompasses so many aspects of what make us all great individuals. So you're getting that experience with an onstage question. Public speaking is an immensely important skill to have, and it's a very difficult skill to have. I wouldn't say that I particularly enjoy it, but it's amazing to see the confidence that you gain from systems like Globe, who have this as part of their judging criteria. It forces you to kind of come out of your shell, put yourself out there, and know that you're going to be okay at the end of the day. And that skill is invaluable to the rest of your life, your career, to be able to have that public speaking skill. So that's the number one reason that I would say the Globe should be on everybody's list, because of that category alone. Second of all, interview. They always say, pageants are won or lost in an interview. Whether or not you get the job is won or lost in an interview. Your paperwork can only carry you so far. It's how you present yourself. And so all of these skills, when you have something to say because you figured out why you want to be there and what this means to you, will all help you when you're with the judges at the Globe system. And then there's other fun things. So you have that, I kind of consider that to be kind of like the serious part of pageantry. You're on stage, your interview, but pageantry is also fun. The fun sport of being in pageantry is being able to get up there on stage and be in a gorgeous gown and walk that runway, to be in a swimsuit. So you're working on your fitness. It's that holistic person that you're having there. And then social media. And as we know, we live in a very digital age, and how you present yourself on social media is just as important, and sometimes can be more important how you present yourself on social media than when you are in an interview or on stage, because the judges have already kind of seen who you are. So if you're the type of contestant that wants to gain confidence, to gain speaking skills publicly, interpersonally, enhance their platform on social media, but also have fun and be in a gorgeous gown and showing off their fitness, Globe is a perfect combination for that contestant. So interview is in a very important phase of competition. And again, it all culminates to your why and who you are. When you figure out those things, it does make your interview that much easier for you to go into. The nice thing about an interview is you can always control an interview. You can do that when you're looking for a job. You can do that in pageantry. You know what story and message that you want to share. So the best way that you can prepare for pageantry is knowing who you are, why you're there, and knowing what you stand for. So if you want to make sure that the judges know that you want to win Miss Globe because you want to be able to share their story across these so-called mediums of platforms, different various things, then that message needs to come across. If you're interested in winning Miss Globe because you want to not only be their representative by sharing their message and their story, but also you have a cause that you're passionate about, all of those things that you can incorporate into your interview make you an ideal and strong candidate. But that's also getting to that interview and knowing who you are and being comfortable with yourself as a person. There are no wrong answers. There's just the way that you present yourself. So if you present yourself as a confident person because you've figured out those reasons, you're going to do swimmingly in an interview. So you need to find what style works for you. It's easy to go online and check out all of these different dresses and you kind of get overwhelmed by it, and you want to do something people think, oh, well, winners wear white, or I want to look just like the girl who won the year before me. You need to be authentic and true to yourself, and that style and that fashion will come out and you'll be able to own that piece of clothing that you have. You don't want to wear something just because everybody else is wearing it. On the flip side, you also don't want to be completely extreme if it doesn't fit within the parameters of the system. If you are most comfortable wearing yellow because you have olive toned skin, don't feel like you need to wear white because the girl before you wore white and that's what she won. So it's important to find your style. Earlier I had mentioned that pageantry is a sport. It takes a while to hone your craft. You have to practice. And that goes into, you need to be a committed person when you do a system. When you win Miss Globe, all of those efforts of your commitment of preparing has just won you a job, and this is now your job to represent Miss Globe through the next year at the next phase of the competition at nationals, and to be that representative for them. So you really need to think about what is your commitment to your sport. It doesn't just stop when the crown gets put on your head. That's when the job begins. That's when you have the real work to do. You're setting out with your director what it is that you want to accomplish, what goals that you're setting for yourself and you want to see transpire over your year. You want to make sure that you're also fulfilling your obligation to the system as well with their contract, whatever that might be, usually super reasonable, that would help promote yourself. But if there's social media guidelines, you need to follow those. You need to be committed because everybody wants your spot. Somebody else would have loved to have had that. So when you waste it away, it does not fare well from you because that first runner-up wanted that crown. So when it comes to an it factor in pageantry, it's really hard to explain. And how does somebody become it? I think it's a culmination of all of those things together. The person who is it, I don't know how many pageants I've watched and sit in the audience, and you see the contestants come across the stage in their evening gown. And just sitting in the audience, you can pick out the top 5 sometimes before they even speak. And then once they speak, you're like, this is the winner. And their it factor is because they are confident in themselves. They know why they're there. They are projecting to the audience that I am the next Miss Globe. And it's hard to define it, and it's hard to tell people, like, how do you get that it factor? You get that it factor by believing in yourself, by working on yourself, by being committed to the process, by honing in your craft, by honing in this sport of pageantry. That makes you it when you walk across that stage. The beauty of having a pageant coach is somebody to bounce ideas off of, somebody to help you tweak your skills, because we think sometimes that we're doing everything correct, and a pageant coach will tell you, no, you just used the word like 7 times while you answered that question. It's having that honest feedback that helps get you to that next level. A pageant coach will be able to take all of their experience and help you be the best contestant that you can be. You need to come with purpose. They're just going to fine-tune you, per se. Nobody wants to change you. Don't get a pageant coach that's going to change you. You need to be authentic to who you are. But having somebody just to run those ideas off of, to keep you on your toes, like, are you practicing this? Are you working on talking with 5 people during the day? Kind of holding you accountable like any coach would do. Again, this is a sport. People go to dance lessons, people go to practice. This is your practice. Having a pageant coach is invaluable to pageantry, in my opinion. That's when my children did the best, is when we invested in having pageant coaches for them, somebody that they could bounce ideas off, somebody that they could talk to, somebody who was there to support them and be their biggest fan that wasn't mom or dad. I think that everyone who's thinking about being in a pageant, who's looking at Miss Globe and wondering, am I the right person? I say just go for it. You know, there's that famous saying, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Even if you don't walk away with that crown, I guarantee you will win something. I am infamous in my family every time my girls, when they try something, and they said, I lost, Mom. I said, did you? But did you learn something? If you learn something, you've never lost anything. And pageants have given my kids, just watching them grow and thrive into the public speakers that they are, the confident young women they are, people with passion behind them. This is what pageantry gives them. This is what Globe can give you. So if you're thinking, I think I have what it takes, everybody has what it takes. With a little bit of work and a little bit of desire, you could be the next Miss Globe. And even if you're not, I guarantee you've had an experience that you will never forget. You have made friends that you will have for a lifetime, and you will have skills that will carry you in through adulthood or way into adulthood. And if you're in life, if you're already an adult, it will help you in your current career. Just having that confidence to put yourself out there like that is invaluable.
Sky Network is sponsored by Skinner Steel and Construction. Tune in next time to watch more as contestants continue their preparation on the way to the crown.